Hello everybody, this is Arco Braddock, and today it's time for one of the biggest DC releases for the year. That's right, Justice League 75 is finally here. I wanted to go ahead and share some of my first thoughts and information about the creative team and everything you need to know basically to get ready and dive into DC's big event, and also wanted to share some first reactions as well. Before we dive any further in, I want to go ahead and provide you with information on the creative team in order to catch you up to speed. So let's go over the creative team first on Justice League 75. Over on the writing, we have Joshua Williamson. Joshua Williamson has been writing some really important titles at DC, like DC's current flagship Batman series. He's been writing that title with Jorge Molina drawing the series. Next up on Justice League 75, we have Rafa Sandoval contributing to the art. Rafa Sandoval is an excellent DC artist, getting lots of work recently, and we wanted to highlight the recent work on Teen Titans Academy. Rob Sheridan was the writer of Teen Titans Academy. Okay, moving on. Let's go ahead and move on over to the inker. On inks, we have Jordi Taragona. Jordi Taragona worked on Catwoman with the legendary Ann Nocenti, who also worked on Marvel titles like Daredevil, and just was an excellent creator throughout the years. Over on colors, we have Matt Herms. Matt Herms is also another alumni from this Teen Titans Academy series, so you're going to be seeing a lot of that. Over on the letters, Josh Reed is returning from the previous issue of Justice League. Funnily enough, the previous issue of Justice League was actually written by Brian Michael Bendis and had artwork from Simon Kudranski and Emanuela Lupicino. Again, please forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that. Moving on to the cover. The cover was drawn by Daniel Sampere, who recently worked on Action Comics with Philip Kennedy Johnson and Sean Aldridge. The only person that I was having a little bit of a hard time finding information about was Alejandro Sánchez, who looks like contributed some colors to the cover. I looked over on his Twitter, and it looked like he tweeted out some pictures of Batman Killing Time with written by Tom King with art from David Marquez. I have a suspicion that he is involved with that particular series. Alrighty, so I went ahead and introduced everybody on the creative team over to you. Let's go ahead and jump into a little bit of background behind this issue and essentially what this is leading to. So, with the past couple years of DC has been preparing a lot of newer generation heroes. We've seen this with characters like Batman with Next Batman, that's Tim Jace Fox in the cowl as the new Batman. We've seen it with Wonder Woman, where Yara Flor graduated from Wonder Girl to Wonder Woman as part of DC's recent Future State initiative. We've also seen this with Jonathan Kent, where Lois and Clark had a child known as Jonathan. So DC has been, not so steadily getting the next generation of heroes ready. And this upcoming event plays directly into it. Before I get any deeper into the issue, I want to give you a spoiler warning. There's something huge that happens in this issue that has been marketed, but anybody sensitive to spoilers, I don't want to scare away. I'm going to give about 5 to 10 seconds to warn everybody about spoilers before going any deeper. I'm going to try not to spoil anything in the actual issue, but if you've read the marketing materials or the solicits, I'm going to talk about that now. So let me give you about 5 to 10 seconds here. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Let's dive right into the spoilers. All right, so I'm not going to really spoil anything in the issue aside from the marketing material, that's even on the cover of the issue. But this is the issue where the Justice League die. That's why it's so important. It's because the Justice League are dead. in this issue. This is essential to continuity. DC is using their Dark Crisis initiative to take advantage of this next generation and kind of see what they have to offer. This is a really exciting moment in DC history because over the past, 6 months to a year, we've been watching them kind of shepherd this new characters and these new generation of heroes. So I'm so excited that we're going to be able to get them on yet like another stage, and that everybody else is going to be introduced to, the next Batman and the brand new Wonder Woman. This is just such an exciting moment. The issue itself is very dour, very sad, but has such a great sense of elegance to it. Also, this issue highly references previous works that have been essential to the DC universe recently. I would highly recommend going back and making sure you're caught up on, Batman, Wonder Woman. I would definitely make sure that you read the Multiversity as well, because that is heavily referenced in this issue. But essentially, we get to see the first building blocks of DC's upcoming Dark Crisis event here. And we really see kind of where these first steps in where the threat is coming from. Joshua Williamson really answers in this issue how this is connected, how this Dark Crisis is connected to previous crises. He also references directly, in addition to those previous crises, as well. Joshua Williamson references previous stories like the Multiversity. So really here, on top of everything I mentioned, on top of these really big important continuity moments that are written well with a really elegant script, we get a really nice, really clean set of pencils here from Rafa Sandoval. There's a lot of characters in this issue, a vast group of Justice League heroes, and even more. We have, some of these 5G characters that I mentioned up at the top, like Next Batman. They're in this issue as well. But it's all the line work is super clear and super easy to read in the book. And I want to take a moment to shout out the inker, Jordi Taragona, and the colorist Matt Herms, because everybody's doing the heavy lifting here. When you have an issue with so many details that's so important to DC's editorial team, the fact that this all came out like it did in this type of a package with this high of a production value really needs to be commended here. Everybody seems to be at the very top of their game with this issue. I am so excited to see where we are at with Dark Crisis. And you simply just cannot miss this. This is going to be all over the news, and it's going to be a huge issue. More importantly, it's executed really, really well. So let's talk about next steps. I've already kind of talked up the issue. I want to encourage everybody to go ahead and pick it up. But let's talk about how you can connect with Dark Crisis from here. So Dark Crisis is starting in June, but you can get the Prelude chapter free, and you can get it earlier than June as well. DC is having free comic book day. Well, not just DC, but all of the comic book publishers are having free comic book day, which is the first Saturday in May. And DC has a Dark Crisis number 0 issue that they're actually giving away for free there. That issue is really helpful because I think it's going to have a checklist that'll tell you, which issues to get in order to go ahead and follow Dark Crisis. So I would definitely encourage you to read Multiversity, check in on, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. And then when you've done all that, go ahead, head over to your comic book store, or the Saturday in May. Pick up Dark Crisis number 0, and I'll go ahead and see you there. Otherwise, I just want to thank you guys so much for sticking with me on this video. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know, did you like the issue as much as I did? Did you find any, flaws in the execution, or were you just enamored with the whole thing like me? What are your thoughts on Dark Crisis? What should I review next? Follow me on Twitter. I'm at Arico Braddock. Thank you guys so much, and have a great day. Bye.